It's one. It's one. A lot more to come. Shout out our fans. Absolutely incredible. Thank you guys for showing up, showing love to all my teammates. We appreciate you.
Make this rivalry come back. This manufactured rivalry, which, by the way, you guys, the Indiana Fever beat the Sky by nearly 40 points. They won 93-58.
Indiana Fever destroy, obliterate, run out of the gym the Chicago Sky.
The lights were bright, the stakes were high, and the Chicago Sky were ready to prove they belonged. But when the final buzzer sounded, it was panic, not celebration. Because on a night when Caitlin Clark made history, Angel Reese disappeared. And now, the headlines aren't about dominance, they're about damage control.
Caitlin Clark handled her business game 1. 20, 10, and 10.
It was supposed to be the next great rivalry. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Grit versus glamour. But what happens when one side doesn't show up?
I understand sport. I understand that. I grew up loving rivalries. I grew up in Iowa. Iowa State, that's a pro matchup in the state of Iowa. I understand that. Or whether it was my high school team, I still hate our rival high school, Valley High School. Sorry, I'm sure there's a lot of people from Valley High School that...
The hype was real, but so was the reality. Caitlin Clark went 20, 10, and 10, a triple-double in her WNBA debut. Angel Reese? She rebounded, literally. But everything else? A meltdown in real time.
Last year you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're getting... Next question.
Sources say Sky's coaching staff is already considering benching Angel Reese, not due to injury, but for lack of composure. A loud leader is no replacement for an actual one. And the locker room? Silently crumbling.
Much Caitlin Clark on. Nope, every game. More Caitlin Clark all the time. Always. Caitlin Clark is easily the most influential athlete in a team sport.
While Reese vanished, Caitlin Clark skyrocketed. Her preseason game pulled 1.3 million viewers, more than last year's WNBA finals. She's not just changing games. She's changing the league's economy.
And 10, and 10. 20, 10, and 10. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, what do the kids say? Belt to ass? Oh yeah.
Frustration boiled over. Angel Reese, visibly shaken, lashed out at Clark mid-game. Shoves, words, chaos. But instead of rattling Clark, it fueled her. The so-called rivalry turned into a one-sided saga.
Honest. From that moment on, Angel Reese disappeared. Her impact on the game, gone. Caitlin, she was in her zone. It's like Clark didn't just eat the foul. She took over the moment, mentally and physically. So now the big question is, was that fire from Reese real? Or just...
And the internet did what it does best. Memes exploded. Next question became a punchline. Reese was trending, not for her stats, but her silence. And Clark? She trended for being unstoppable.
If we say her stats are today, what? 20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
The WNBA sold a narrative. Angel versus Caitlin. But what happens when only one delivers? Was Reese ever the co-face of the league, or just a social media myth?
It feels like it's gone by fast, yeah. Which I didn't know going into the offseason of how exactly it would feel. I feel like just yesterday it was January and I was itching for this first game. I was thinking about this moment, and I mean, you think it will take a long time to get there, but it doesn't. If you just, stay consistent in what you do and follow your routines and, you stay busy, it comes pretty fast, but yeah.
The WNBA tried to downplay Clark's impact. But now, they're shifting games to NBA arenas just to handle the overflow. Fans aren't confused. They know who's leading this league.
Biggest news for the next 3 months. So let's talk about Caitlin Clark's hard foul on Angel.
Angel Reese has two options. Step up or step aside. Because the league is moving fast, and right now, she's not keeping up.
Man, this just went down. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese going at it. More so Angel Reese going at Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark doesn't need a rival. She needs a worthy opponent. Is Angel Reese still in that conversation? Or was this game the beginning of the end?
My goodness gracious. Destroyed the sky in front of a sold-out 17+ thousand. Fouled Angel Reese. Angel Reese loses her mind, tries to fight Caitlin Clark.
Instant panic has hit the Chicago sky, and all signs point to Angel Reese. Once the queen of college ball, now humiliated on the biggest stage she's ever faced. After all the trash talk, all the hype, all the media firestorms, what we just witnessed might be the Yendi of the Angel Reese era before it even begins.
Glorious, glorious. The season is back. It is on a triple-double in the first game back.
Instant panic hits Chicago sky as Angel Reese humiliated them. The end of Reese. Focus. Angel Reese's poor debut performance, Caitlin Clark's dominance, team collapse, media reactions, and past rivalries.
It's a hard foul on Angel Reese. She falls to the ground. After that, Angel Reese gets up. She's feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is walking away. Aaliyah Boston steps in and kind of stops Angel Reese. Courtney Vandersloot also.
May 14th, 2025. Season opener. Sky versus Fever. All eyes on Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Round 1. And what happened next was a 35-point massacre.
Nasty. Back-to-back quarters with 13 points. Couldn't even get a quarter over 18 points. Oh, Chicago Sky, I had you overrated.
Reese looked like a Marvel villain mid-meltdown. Meanwhile, Clark wasn't rattled. She wrote her own script. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals. A historic triple-double on her first night.
I overestimated what I would see from the Chicago Sky. The Indiana Fever took care of business.
Watch this replay closely. Angel Reese storms toward Caitlin Clark. But does she ever really confront her? No. Her movements? Performative. Her anger? Manufactured. Her fouls? Tactical but ineffective.
We have one goal. Did we play our best game today? I would say we didn't. The fact that we didn't play our best game and we still destroyed.
As a team, the Sky shot 29.1% from the field. From 3, just 22.2%. That's not just bad. That's historically ugly.
Really watch the replay. Something feels off. Angel came charging in like she wanted smoke, like she was ready to throw down. But here's the thing. If she really wanted to confront Caitlin, what was stopping her? Nothing. That reaction, the body language, it felt forced. Like she was putting on a performance. Fake tough, fake.
Let's rewind. This isn't the first time Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have clashed. It started in 2023, March Madness. Reese taunted Clark with the infamous "you can't see me" gesture. The media exploded. The rematch was inevitable.
How to feel good about that? No Sophie Cunningham in the lineup. Arguably the first person coming off the bench for us. Not arguably, most likely the first person coming off the bench for us. No Sophie Cunningham, and we destroyed the Chicago Sky.
When Reese charged Clark, it was Aaliyah Boston who stepped in without hesitation. That's leadership. That's loyalty. That's the difference between talk and team.
Get these box scores really quick. So Aaliyah Boston, 19 points, 13 rebounds. DB, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So DeWanna Bonner also just moved up to number. She got that moment. She hit 2 clutch free throws. Now she is number 3. That's such a huge accomplishment, and I'm glad that DB is getting her flowers.
When Angel Reese stepped onto the court, the spotlight followed her like a shadow that refused to let go, glowing not from her gameplay, but from months of media hype, viral interviews, red carpet photos, and a brand built on brash confidence. She was the self-declared villain, the queen of drama, the one who pointed to her ring finger before winning it, who embraced boos like applause, and who weaponized fame as much as skill. But on that fateful night against the Indiana Fever, every illusion shattered. As Reese stumbled under the weight of expectation, missing point-blank layups and padding her own rebound stats just to stay visible, Caitlin Clark wrote her legend with silence, precision, and pure devastation. Clark didn't talk, she delivered. No theatrics, no posturing, just a ruthless dissection of the Sky's defense that looked less like a basketball game and more like an execution. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals. A historic triple-double in a debut that didn't just make headlines, it wrote history books. And all the while, the so-called enforcers of Chicago Sky, led by Angel Reese and backed by hype machine Camila Cardoso, looked like extras in Clark's highlight reel. Aaliyah Boston stood guard like a warrior queen, shoving Reese back the moment she tried to confront Clark, taking the tech without flinching, proving that loyalty and backbone still define champions. Reese, for all her talk, appeared to be putting on a performance, a theater act of fake toughness, of forced aggression, of someone trying desperately to stay relevant in a moment that had already outgrown her. The public saw through it. The memes rolled in before the buzzer even sounded. Missed layups became TikTok trends. Her 17 rebounds became empty stats in a box score that screamed irrelevance. Meanwhile, Clark was on a warpath, and this was just her first game. This wasn't her final form, it was merely a warning shot. The Chicago Sky thought they were the villains, ready to intimidate, to shake the rookie into silence. Instead, they got steamrolled by a player who doesn't break under pressure. She thrives in it. Every foul they threw at her only added fuel to her fire. Every cheap shot was just another chapter in her myth. This wasn't just a loss for Reese. This was exposure, a public unmasking of what happens when showmanship faces substance and gets obliterated. And now, the question is no longer, can Angel Reese be the face of a league? The question is, can she even survive in it? Because if this is the beginning, then Caitlin Clark isn't here to join the WNBA, she's here to redefine it. And for Angel Reese, the panic is no longer instant. It's permanent.